Tony, what do you think? What are the biggest cybersecurity threats facing Europe and Germany today?
We're seeing a shift right now towards, regulatory compliance was always a tough topic, but today we're seeing a shift toward people worrying about ransomware attacks and how you protect yourself against those types of attacks, which are becoming easier and faster moving. And then the risk really now becomes about how we rebuild our systems and get back up online after those types of attacks. So you're seeing this move towards defending against the attack, but also making sure that when the attack happens, we're able to respond and rebuild and get ourselves up and running again.
What role does artificial intelligence and machine learning play in cybersecurity solutions?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's two sides of the equation. One is how does it make it easier for attackers to attack? And we're seeing, attacks that took maybe weeks now can take days or even hours because there are tools out there that make it faster to do things like phishing attacks are much more effective. But you're also seeing the next step in the attack happening much faster because you can rewrite code and create customizable solutions. But on the other side, you're also seeing that there are new generative AI solutions coming out, and these are creating challenges for cybersecurity teams because you need to worry about the data that these models may be trained on, right? You maybe open up data gaps, so you're doing a real focus on data security and how we manage data internally. These are problems that have ideally been there for years, but now they're showing up because of corporations trying to really understand how to use generative AI.
What is your company's approach tackling cybersecurity threats compared to your competitors?
Yeah, thank you for that question. We're doing a lot of, we're seeing a lot of growth in the region, the DACH region these days, partly because I think our approach has been to really focus on the threat actors, the active campaigns. A lot of cybersecurity today is around focus. We don't have enough resources to be able to do everything we want to do to bring our risk down. So you need to focus on the higher risk items, and that's being focused on the how we defend ourselves against attacks. So we generally start our core is in security operations, helping teams develop that better model, and really our differentiation around being transparent. What can you see in those models? Can you see, what can you detect? What types of attacks? There's a framework within cybersecurity called the MITRE attack framework, which has become the standard. And using that framework, we're able to really answer the question, where am I exposed to the attack and how well am I defending ourselves against those attacks?
What future risks do you foresee as techniques like generative AI or quantum computing emerge?
Uh, Yeah, those are very great. It's an interesting thing. We sometimes worry that these things are over the horizon and in a couple of years we don't have to worry about it. But one of the interesting statistics about quantum is that the information that maybe hackers are stealing today that is encrypted can be unencrypted in a couple of years when the quantum computers come online. So we do have to concern ourselves with these new security advances or the IT advances now. It does give us mostly what you're seeing in quantum is the ability to really take tough encryption algorithms and build them, unencrypt them very quickly. Although, it will take some time, but it is possible to do that. And then with generative AI, to be honest, you're seeing a whole new set of security types of defects that are showing up now. It's going to require a lot more rigor, I think. But as I said before, the attack side is also able to be much more sophisticated very, very quickly. So I like to say that cybersecurity reinvents itself every 6 months. It's amazingly challenging field because of this pace that change happens within our field, right?
Talking at least about your daily business, what are the most common mistakes companies make that put them at risk?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, a lot of the security industry has been built buying tools, right? See, so as we have a lot of products and there's always a debate of best of breed versus a standard stack, and it's very hard to get all of these tools integrated in a way that we can make good decisions on what's a high priority from a risk perspective. So it's the common mistake sometimes is to think that the tools solve our problems. If you get in a room with a CISO, they'll tell you that it all sounds good. It's this false sense of security. We implemented the tool, but we only got it halfway implemented, or the tool didn't do what it actually said it was supposed to do. So I'm seeing this move to really try and test some of this configuration to make sure we're not in our we're not sitting in a glass house, because we think we're protected and we're telling people we're protected up the line, but we're actually not.